Hi guys, welcome to another video of Nu-Trix, the synth guy. Today we're talking about the latest update for Korg Gadget on the iPad. It's still Gadget 2, but it's an update version 4.5.0. This update adds 3 new synthesizers, or 2 synths and a drum machine. I cannot say if they're good or bad if I don't use them. So I'll have to buy them, test them out, and see if they're good. I'll talk about 3 gadgets and then we'll test them out. Each of them you can hear what they sound like and what they can do. The first one is Warzsawa, if you want. All of the gadgets have city names, and Warzsawa is the name of Warsaw, the city in Poland. This actually is the synth engine of the FE3D Wave. That is an app that you can run off the iPad that has 8 synthesizers and 8 drum sounds that are sample based. It's part of the FE3D family if you want, but the synth engine is a wavetable engine. So that's pretty awesome because Gadget did not have a wavetable synth available in it. So now when you use that one, you can actually run the engine of the FE3D Wave. The second one is Otorii. I'm a little bit sad because I bought this one thinking, okay, I'm gonna have more drums, it's gonna be cool. Electronic drums, they're 16 bits samples from Sega, sound banks from different synth, different games in the past. But honestly, I'm not really happy about it. It costs $14 Canadian, and all you get are, you know, low quality sound, kicks and snare, and sound effects from games, and some samples of guitars from games. So it's, honestly, I felt a little bit that it was cheap. I would have preferred to have a pack of samples available in another of their devices, because that's what it is, just a bunch of samples. Not a lot of things you can do with them outside of playing the original songs and stuff like that. So honestly, I'll play them, but I'm really not, you know, amazed by what it is. It's just a bank of new sounds, and they're actually samples from old games. So very limited in what you can do with those. The other one is Ebina, which is based on a arcade game and arcade device that used to play in the past, and they sample the sounds. That's what they write down, and they try to emulate as much as possible the FM engine that was part of that device originally. Let's start with Otorii first, show you what it is. You hear all the noise and shh. And then it can go to the second page. What you have on the other pages are basically control. Let's say you talk about this one. You have all these control: level, pan, decay, pitch, and repeat. You go, you can higher in pitch, low in pitch, and repeat. Panning, which is normal, volume. On the second page, you have start, so of the sample, and the length of the sample. You actually assign to the effect, and here you can say I want to use where is the effect? This is sample select. I want to go third page, and I'm going to send to the effect, which is going to be, I don't know, tube drive. You can play with then the effect you want looking for. Let's say no effect, bypass. Just to have the original sound. Okay. And in the second page, you can go in and load another drum. But I mean, they're only part of the banks that you have from here. So that's it. You've got Fantasy Zone, Kick, which is another game. Now, if you want to change the whole bank, you go here and you have these banks. Outrun drums and then outrun sound effects.
Congratulations! Checkpoint! Checkpoint!
Get ready.
Okay, so I'm not sure. I mean, if you try to... It's just bizarre. Space area drum. Again, if you try... Okay, you can do something with that, you know. But again, it sounds really nasty sounding for me. It's just...
Ouch!
So
Get ready.
I honestly have difficulties finding
Welcome
ways
to
to
the
use
fantasy
that.
zone. Get ready.
I have difficulties finding reason to have this in a song, you know. Okay, some of the drum you can use and understand the interest of it, but I still find that there's not a lot of control. I mean, they just basically sample them from the original sounds. Okay, it's just like, okay, Afterburner. And then in the second page, actually the second one, which is Afterburner sound effects, you get. I've got nothing against it, but it's just like, I don't get having these samples from a game. And then get all the voice.
The enemy! Break left! Break right! Over there! Wow! 3 o'clock! 9 o'clock! Look out! Get ready! Fire! Be careful! They're over there!
You know, how can you put that in a song? Okay, I don't know. I'm really sad that this is like $14. For me, I think that they should just have these as a sample bank that you can load in. Wait a sec, I'm showing you that you can load. And I don't know, maybe you load this one, which is basically just a sampler. Well, then sell us a bank and put it there, and you have the whole control of the same thing, and you just have the sounds. I don't get why you have this other instrument that has no new control, nothing special about it except the fact that it has these samples. And they're, I mean, import, can you import a sample? No, you can't. Well, you can import programs. I don't know what that means. Import a song in it. Can I? Not even. Sampler, can I? What can I load into this thing? Overview data. There's nothing you can load in it. Not even WAV files. So what can you import into this thing? I don't know. I'm not impressed, sadly. Not impressed. And export, what can you export with this? Otorii, oh, what the hell is this? Export program. So we're just going to play you the... I'm just tired of this. I mean, I honestly, I don't like it. I'm not happy about paying the price for this, where you can have just a sampler, basically. Now there's Ebina, which is it's the first time I actually tried it. Okay, so you got a synthesizer. You can load different. So you can hear the FM distortion. Okay, so is it just samples? The oscillator, this is oscillator level. You have 3 different oscillator, the volume of each one. Delay. Okay, pitch of. Okay. You got filter. Okay, you can do some stuff with that. Can imagine using this. There's effects. And then you can have the same effects that you can have all the place. Amplitude, level attack, gauge, pitch, you have this. And oscillator you have. But still, it's very limited. Okay. Well, if you like these, sound, they're not bad. A mix of FM distortion from low quality digital systems. I'm just gonna. Okay, I mean, I was misleaded, thinking that this was just samples of, again, instruments. It is a bunch of samples, but you have control of it, you can play with them. I would like to have some FM controls. You don't have any. It's just, it has this FM distortion. But there's enough of samples or instrument you can play. Darius. And you get the sound effects and the drum from the honestly, if you're into game sounds, old sound, this is a better buy than the other one, because you've got a lot of controls. And then, can you actually load the sample here? I mean, how can you control? PCM select, here we go. You can say what's the sample you're using? Here you go. Pretty cool. So this now becomes a lot more like a synthesizer. You can actually create your sound. I'm a synth guy. I like to create my own sounds. If that's not the case, then I would be called the preset guy, which is I'm not. I'm not the preset guy. I'm the synth guy. So okay, you've got these samples of original sounds, and then you've got enough control to give them a life. So okay, and they all have that FM lo-fi sound. So if you like FM lo-fi sound, a little bit of noisy sound, Ebina might be for you. The last one is probably the most interesting for everybody here, Warzsawa. And Warzsawa is actually Warsaw. It's the synth engine of the iElectribe Wave. And the cool thing is you now have a wavetable synthesis right into this. So you can play around with the wavetable where you are in it. You can actually load a different one. All the one that came with the that is the real power of this synth. Play around between the different wave slices if you want, and having, you want sub-oscillator, you want sync. This is really powerful sound wise. You want X mod, and how much of it. So you can play really to create a really noisy sound if you want. You got a low pass filter, can change to high pass, band pass, or low pass, peak, cutoff, and how much of the envelope generator will be, the intensity of it will be applied to the filter. If you want to go, this is basically the arpeggiator on off, the mode for the monophonic or polyphonic mode, the glide if you want, the bend of the pitch band. Are you in unison? Are you detuned? How many sound do you use at the same time? You want them to be spread. It becomes very wide if you do that. Attack, decay, and release. That's for the envelope. You got amplitude. You want to use the envelope or just the gate on off. And then when you press MG and FX, MG is for modulation generator. We got two of them. And we got an effect and an equalizer. So this is assigned to the cutoff in this case. So two LFO assigned to what you want. You can click here and say where it's going to be assigned to. And in the synthesis section, you've got the oscillator, which is very powerful by being a list of tables you can load from. You've got the factory wavetable, you've got the factory PCM. So these are samples, you know. Oh, I've got effects on it, but the list of them are really good. And you get factory wavetable, and can also buy more if you want and have more sounds. So this is the great plus of this new update, the fact that you have the wavetable synth engine of the iElectribe Wave. I have been a user of Korg Gadget since the first day it came out on the Apple Store. This is for me the best DAW for the iPad. I'm always using it. I'm always going back to it when I'm creating. I use the others also in different moment in my creation process, but I always go back to Gadget because it's fast, efficient. It has a lot of these gadgets that have, very cool sounds, and it's easy to create stuff with it. And you can even export it now to MIDI file, then continue somewhere else. You can even use it to trigger external hardware and receive stuff from hardware. So it's becoming a real important part in my studio. It's one of the central part when I'm doing music with the iPad. It is Gadget, the most used app in my kit, honestly. The Warzsawa Gadget, it's really cool because of the wavetable, but you need to buy, of course, Electribe Wave. The two others, I would not buy them, knowing the limited capacity of each of them. They're just old game sounds, and there's already a really powerful, two really powerful, you know, old style synthesizer. I mean, there's already Kingston, which is a really decent, powerful, you know, generator of electronic old style arcade sound. You can create your sound, which is a little bit more powerful than the one we have in Ebina. And for beatbox, you know, sample based, well, you've got the Bilboa, you have Recife. These are just samples you can play, so you could just have more, I don't know, patches you would buy or sell for these two. And if you want the synth that sounds electronic or gamey, well, this is the one, you know. This one is really powerful. You can actually even draw your own wave file and have it play. I don't know, for me this is way more powerful, and it's worth more to buy the Kamata and to buy Tokyo here, or to buy the Kingston if you want electronic sounds, than specifically the Otorii that has a limited sounds of certain games from Sega, and the Ebina who samples some specific sounds of different arcade games. If you like what I'm doing, thumb up, share with your friends, add the notification bell, and well, see you soon. Cheers.